Hello everyone, welcome again, thank you for joining us. Today we're talking about fake news. And it's not quite the fake news you're thinking about. We're not going to talk about the news you may hear in the media or see on social media. Yeah, there's a lot of fake, false news out there and no one knows what to believe anymore. But I want to talk about a slightly different type of fake news. A more personal type of fake news. A type of fake news that comes right to home. I want to talk about gossip and tattletales and talebearing. Proverbs talks about talebearers as the revealer of secrets. And you think, oh, that's pretty cool, that's pretty exciting, I want to be a talebearer. But if you look at a couple other places where it talks about talebearers, you're like, no, maybe that's not what I want to be. So what exactly is a talebearer? Well, it's somebody who reveals secrets. And it's secrets that they're not supposed to reveal. There's things that are kept private. Things that are not supposed to be shared. Things that are not supposed to be given away. There's secret messages, perhaps, that protect someone's privacy, someone's health, someone's dignity. There's things that go on with a lawyer, maybe, or with a counselor. And those things are meant to stay secret. There's things that happen in a family that are supposed to meant to stay secret. But there's people that like to go around and find out those things and share those things. Sometimes someone's telling a joke. And it's a really good joke, and they're getting just ready to say the punchline just at the right second, and everyone's listening in, and it's going to be such a... But then someone else knows the joke, and someone jumps in right ahead, and they kind of spoil the joke. And that person's so happy because I knew something no one else knew. I'm the smart guy in the room. We all like to be the smart guy. We all like to know stuff. We all like to reveal secrets. Right? It gives us this sense of accomplishment, a sense of mission, a sense of self-importance and value when we're the ones that reveal a secret. Now, some people become very addicted to this, and they become gossipers. And they love just to go around and share a secret here and share a secret there. And do you know what really happens, though, is that while they're sharing all these secrets, spreading all this news, fortunately, sometimes it's fake news. They add a little, they want to spice up the story a little bit. They want to add a couple extra details to make it more fun, more exciting. And they take maybe a little bit of truth and they add a little bit of exaggeration. They add a little bit of fluff over here. Maybe they twist the truth a little bit there. And they go from having a little bit of truth that they shouldn't have shared in the first place to having a big whopping lie that's just spreading rumors that's causing lots of trouble. So if you see someone and they're going around and they're spreading news and some of it seems to be true and some of it seems to be a little far-fetched or some of it just seems a little, that doesn't sound quite right, they're probably a gossiper. They're probably a talebearer. They're probably spreading fake news and you probably should not be with them. So fake news is a problem because often it's just not true. But there's also another problem. There's another way to tell if you're gossiping, if you're being the talebearer. What's your motivation? People that are going around spreading fake news, it's often not building people up. You're not talking about how great someone is and how wonderful someone is, the wonderful things. Often with fake news is blaming people for things or saying how terrible someone is, or accusing someone of doing something they never did. When someone's gossiping, when someone's sharing things that are secret and they're adding a little to the story, often the reason they're sharing those things is because they're trying to tear someone down. They're trying to ruin someone's reputation. They're trying to cast someone in a bad light. How terrible that is. We should not be like these people. We should not be doing these things. So let me grab my Bible and we're going to look at a couple verses from Proverbs that talk about being a talebearer or being a gossiper or being a spreader of fake news. And we're going to see some of the consequences of that. So Proverbs 18 and verse 8, it says, "The words of a talebearer are as wounds. They go down into the innermost parts of the body." You think you may be just telling a story and just getting a couple laughs. But those little rumors you're passing around, those hurtful words that you're saying, it's not just lightly passed off. Those little comments you make on Facebook, those words have weight. They can do damage. And maybe it seems like, it was just a joke. It was just a little story. It was just a little bit of gossip that didn't hurt anyone. But often those words, they sink down deep into the innermost parts. And sometimes they don't reveal the problems right away, but over time they can have some permanent damage. So be very careful with your words. What you say in person, what you say on social media, it has an impact. Make sure it's a good impact. Make sure the things you say are uplifting and helpful to others and encouraging others and putting others in a good light. Be careful not to be a gossiper, not to be a talebearer, not to be a spreader of fake news. One more verse for you. Where there is no wood, the fire goes out. And where there is no talebearer, the strife ceases. Interesting. You can't have much of a fire without anything to burn. When you have the truth, when everyone agrees on what the truth is, when everyone just hears the truth and not hearing all these lies and all these twists to the truth and all these different sides of the story, when people don't have that, when that's not causing problems and commotions, the strife dies away. When people are humbly serving each other, when people are edifying and encouraging other, then you have teamwork and cooperation. Then you have people working together and enjoying spending time together. Don't be a gossiper. Don't be a talebearer. Don't spread fake news. Use your words to encourage other people, build up other people, and help other people. Thank you for joining us this week. We're looking forward to seeing you next week.